The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up, and welcome to the Good Buddies Anime Show. I am your good buddy, Roger.
And I am your good buddy, Brandon.
Brandon, I'm so excited to at least talk about this show. We watched the movie, but we're really going to get to talk about the show more than the movie because they kind of go hand in hand.
They do indeed. We are, of course, referring to we are going to talk about both, but
yeah,
specifically,
give him the breakdown.
Specifically, we're going to be discussing the Odd Taxi movie. Into the Woods, Odd Taxi Into the Woods. That's what it's called, right? Something like that.
In the Woods.
In the Woods. Okay. Odd Taxi in the Woods. And then we'll go into our regular ramble stuff. I think we got what have you been watching? We got teensy, just a smidge. Ooh, just a smidge of anime news. That'll be fun.
Just a fleck.
Just a little Salt Bay of anime news. But first, Roger, we got to talk about this dang old show / movie. Where do you want to start? First of all, are we doing a full-on review, or do you want to just talk about it?
We'll just talk about it, dude.
Let's just talk about it.
I mean, Odd Taxi, that show is an easy 9 or 10.
I definitely, I went back and listened to our Best of the Year episode. I did place it number one, much to the chagrin of my good buddy Roger, who of course had Sunny Boy at number one. They're both great.
I still like Sunny Boy more, but yes. I mean, this is, there's no doubt about it. It's an amazing.
Oh, it's great.
You could debate on which one is more amazing all day long, but this is an amazing.
Sure thing. You right. And with that in mind, like, let me kind of say what I said on that one.
Okay.
Which is, this is a program that follows a city of what appears of these
Did we ever do an episode of Odd Taxi?
We did not. I don't think so. I don't think we did.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. But Odd Taxi was a show that from late 2021, I believe, winter season 2021, follows Otakawa, who is a walrus man who drives a taxi cab. And that sounds goofy, and it's a little goofy, but it's this show where you have, the thing I said about it was, we can talk about art style. Art style is fine. It's very simplistic, but it's charming. We can talk about music. Intro, outro of this show, pretty great. We can talk about all these things, but the thing that really drives these shows is the characters and the development of those characters.
The mystery around them.
And baby, this show has it just so good.
Nothing and no one is as it seems.
Yes, very much so. So the whole thing follows this taxi driver, and there's the conversations he has, the people he meets, and everything in the show kind of revolves around him. There's a criminal who's, kind of working in the shadows in this city that people are concerned about. There's some dirty cops. There's a missing girl who he apparently gave a cab ride to, and people are kind of like, does this guy know something about that missing girl? What's going on?
Yeah, they want his dash cam footage.
What's in your closet, my guy? And then it goes on and on from there. There's so much going on that just surrounds this character, and he's just intertwined in all of it. All the while, the thing that really gets me about this show that I can't, obviously we don't want to get all spoilery here, we might get spoilery later. But the thing about the show is that the entire time it is feeding you little hints to what's really happening, because it's a show about a city and a world full of animal people. Right?
Yep, exactly.
Or is it? That's the fun. It's very interesting.
Nothing and no one is as it seems.
It really does. The thing I said on the when I called it my number one is it does a masterful job of using this media of animation, of this cartoon, to pull the wool completely over your eyes and tell you that what you're seeing is what is happening when it may or may not be. And that's what's so very intriguing to me about this program.
It's so good.
The reason we're talking so much about the show, even though we're supposed to be talking about the movie, is because the movie is the show. It is very much
it's a condensed version.
Yes,
it's
a condensed, abridged version. Yeah.
Yep. And the show ends on a major cliffhanger. Now, the hook behind this movie was, you're going to get to see what happens after that cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, that bit after the cliffhanger, it's maybe like 4 minutes a show.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was fine with the cliffhanger, but it's pretty cool that we get a little bit after.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, there is more new stuff in this show, in the movie.
Yeah.
Because in the show, you're watching it all as it happens. You are watching Otakawa interact with these other characters. Dobu, the monk you got, the criminal. Is it Shirakawa?
Shirakawa, yeah.
The nurse.
Yep.
Dr. Gorky.
Yeah, Gorky.
Yeah, all that. The little fucking hippo dude. You're watching all that happen as it happens. In the movie, in a way to abridge it, you're actually seeing these characters apparently giving like an interview series.
An interview the day before the
big climactic action scene that happens. You're watching them being interviewed by this like independent detective. You're not sure what's going on exactly. But it's a clever way to just be able to reuse all that footage and throw in little clips of these characters sitting across a table from someone in an effort to make it, to just abridge the whole thing. And it works, I think, very well. Yeah. I do think definitely should watch the show.
A suggestion, and it would be that you watch the show instead of this.
I think the show is definitely better because it gives you so much more. But I think you honestly, and this is going to sound kind of shitty, but you can watch the show and then just watch that last 10 minutes.
Yep.
You'll be good.
You really can.
You really can.
And that's the way that I think that you should do it.
Yeah, honestly.
Because if I had, I'm not going to go too hard on this movie. I'm not going to go hard on it at all because I love Odd Taxi. But yeah, this movie is a giant recap. And the problem with doing Odd Taxi in this form is that this movie for the first, hour and 55 minutes is so text heavy.
There's a lot of talking.
There is so much dialogue.
And yet the thing that bums me out about it is they have so much dialogue, and it is like, honestly, like the first 15, 20 minutes, I was pretty hard bored.
Yeah.
Because despite it having so much dialogue.
I fell asleep the first time I started watching it.
Really? Damn.
Yep. I fell asleep and then I had to go in again.
I've been there, baby. Get you a little snoozy on.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about it is, despite having so much dialogue, they cut out all the great dialogue.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They do so much exposition, you don't get those moments that really sell the realism of these characters, which is them just talking. You get a little bit when they show Otakawa talking to the nurse Shirakawa in the park. That was like the one moment that they just took this scene whole cloth, this amazing scene of them just chatting back and forth, which is so fun, and gave it to you.
It does add enough in there that the final punches, like the resolution between the brothers and the scene where the your main quote unquote bad guy, it comes around to him. You know, like all that stuff still lands pretty well. Yeah, my only problem is that it's just so damn dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
And part of it is it gets disorienting, or it was to me a couple times, because whenever it flashes into the events of the show, sometimes the interview is still going on. Right. But their mouths are still moving, so I'm like, wait a second, what is happening here?
It can be a little bit disorienting, and it's really a good time to notice, if you have never noticed this when you're watching these animes, the subtitles are a different color when we're in a flashback, which is very helpful if you're not sure what's going on, because there's moments where you don't even really know that this is flashback. It could just be happening, but you got blue subtitles, so you're like, okay, I see what's going on. I can't imagine the fucking dub for this would kind of suck. Because you would not always know when you are or are not.
And I mean, the show got dubbed, so I'm only assuming that this will
it'll for sure happen.
We'll have to see how they do it, but yeah.
But yeah, man, not to harp on it too much, but the dialogue, like what I'm getting at is, like, I know it sounds like, oh, they're just talking back and forth, Brandon. How can that be so good and exciting? Dog, it's great because it's the good parts of a Tarantino is what I would say, where you have imagine, what is it? Freaking the Royale with cheese scene from what the hell's the name of the movie? Fucking Vincent, and then the Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction, where they're just like, these are two hardened criminals. That they just they kill people. These are bad guys, but they're just sitting there having a conversation. What they call a cheeseburger, or what is it? A quarter pounder with cheese. They call it Royale with cheese. Well, they call it quarter pounder. They get the metrics, like just back and forth. It's so stupid. Conversation means nothing, but it gives you.
Does he look like a bitch?
Maybe not that part, but it gives you so much characterization of these characters, and that's what's amazing. I was kind of bummed out they took out Otokawa talking to the Dr. Goriki about freaking Springsteen and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I know they can't fit all that in.
Sure.
It's weird because they do so much abridging.
Yeah, it's 12 episodes cut down into 12, maybe 13. I don't remember.
You end up with like just the major plot points and a little bit of fun stuff. But even that fun stuff, they had to put in the scene with Otokawa and Shirakawa talking about the freaking her taking capoeira classes, because that comes back. They had to put that in, or else they couldn't have these moments.
Kick or whatever.
You also miss a little bit of stuff because there's a moment where a gun is fired, and it's a major plot point, and they never come back and say who that was. You can maybe infer it, but in the show, there's a line in episode 12 that explains that ended up getting cut from the movie. You know, little stuff like that. It's honestly interesting and a little uneven to me how they managed to cut it all down so that it makes a cohesive story and yet leave out just enough that there's more plot holes in this movie than in the show.
Yeah, that's a problem with this movie, I think. Yeah, and I mean, I would only really recommend somebody watching this movie over the show, aside from getting your last little 4 or 5 minutes there at the end.
Yeah.
If you're maybe watching with a friend or something, you don't have a lot of time. Otherwise, if you got time to watch, 2 hours, I mean, that's already half of the show. You should just watch the show.
Yeah.
There's this movie, this might be the hardest thing that I say on it, is it's unnecessary.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know who exactly this is to appeal to.
Yeah.
Whenever you could just watch Odd Taxi, but it feels kind of shady because they put just that little pepper on the end to get people into a theater to watch it, because this did get a theatrical release.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It feels bad, but I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that Odd Taxi made more money.
Yeah.
Overall, but. If you already watched Odd Taxi, all you need from this is that last the end credits and that last little scene there.
You really could just go with that, honestly. But yeah, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I still enjoy it.
Without the if you remove those last few minutes there and the credits, is there any purpose for this movie?
No, of course not. But see, that's the thing is I'm with you that, it's easy to, I think you're not saying it, and I don't think you would say it, but it's kind of easy to look at this and say cash grab.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, honestly, and that's the kind of shadiness that we as Americans can understand.
Yeah, but I don't know that Odd Taxi has the calling for cash grab.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is I don't have the numbers in front of me, obviously, because this is the thing. This is a show that, I don't remember a ton of people talking about when it was going out. A few folks, few people that watch animes and review them online were talking about it. I was talking about it like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Put it at my number one. But then, season's over, end of the year, motherfuckers, it was on, I think it's New York Times, honorable mention for one of their favorite foreign shows. It did get some actual proper recognition from critics and whatnot after the fact, and I think that was probably enough to inspire them. Hey, let's go ahead and throw out something else. Now, could it have just been a little OVA that was mostly recap and then the little bit at the end? Maybe, yeah. I mean, there's no reason it couldn't have been.
I think that it would be better if, I don't know, I'm not saying, I think they gave a perfectly fine ending, you know, and
I really, that's the thing, I really could have gone without it. I like that I know what happens next, but I didn't have to have it. I was satisfied.
Me either. And I mean, you could have done any number of crazy things, and it went for a pretty easy route, but overall still satisfying.
Yeah.
And in no way, like Odd Taxi is amazing. Please watch Odd Taxi.
Please,
no matter what you hear right now about this movie, you don't have to watch this movie. Watch Odd Taxi and then just hit the last few.
Yeah.
But if you did watch Odd Taxi, it really does serve as a great refresher for everything that happened.
For sure.
So that was nice, and it still gives you enough for some of those punches to land.
Yeah.
Some of that emotion and the feeling that the show conveys, it still managed to give weight.
Yeah.
To all of your end scene that you essentially get. I mean, you get the most badass ass scene in the whole fucking show. in there, so you get like the whole bit of it.
Yeah, it's good.
And
stuff.
then just a touch more.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has its moment stuff. There are a couple characters who are in this that weren't really in the first one. The guy that Mr. Obsessive Gamer guy went to school with, shows back up, which is interesting because like obviously doing interviews, they don't even know really, like the cops apparently don't even know who that guy was at the end, but they have to like have the story in there somehow, so they bring in this guy, which is interesting. Little bits like that were pretty fun, but for the most part, I mean, it's kind of real unnecessary. It could have just been like an extra episode or something that had some of this stuff in it. I don't know, but then you would have to. I think it is both unnecessary and yet the best way I think to do it, because by making it a movie and doing it in this different format, like you said, it is an amazingly not even succinct really, but it's a very well made refresher that then gives you that final payoff. For anyone who wasn't satisfied with the ending and wanted to know what happened left, and you've had those blue balls until this movie came out, hey, you got it, baby.
There you go. You got
it. It edges you right up there again, and then finally, we got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did enjoy it. Just obviously not as much as the show. I think the show is far superior.
Yeah, it is. And like there were a couple points in the show that I would say are weak, and this movie does those points no service.
Oh yeah, just
the erasers specifically. Like if I had to kind of pick over that, the eraser. Actually, the whole backstory with that kid. Yeah, you lose all of that.
You lose an awful lot.
They make it look solely like it's because his phone was damaged that he went off the deep end.
No,
but there's so much. That was just the fucking tip of the iceberg.
They took a whole episode and pulled it down to like maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's a whole ass episode where you feel, and I mean the whole episode is dedicated to him, and you feel fucking awful for this kid.
And now in this one, it's like that's kind of that's not really a way to react to that, isn't it? It's pretty normal that happened. Yeah. No, there's more to it.
Yeah. He, there's a reason that he has this whole
this obsession.
This psychotic episode.
Yeah.
Now I think that the movie also didn't really show, the resolution. Yeah. Which I thought was kind of weak in the show as well too. Yeah. He did shoot a dude.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They at least that's another thing. They at least give you that bit at the very end where he's talking to the cop and he's like, the guy who shot him, I mean, I think he was a panther. Yeah. I'm not gonna recognize him if you show a picture.
It was definitely helpful.
They gave you a little bit. That wasn't I wouldn't even call it a loose end, but they did tie it up. Which is nice. Yeah, it's fine.
Check out this movie if you want to, but most importantly, if you've not watched Odd Taxi, please watch Odd Taxi.
I think, I don't really. I would love.
We're doing our best not to spoil anything here, and I think we've done a pretty good job. Yeah, and I'm scared to go much further.
Yeah, I
might blurt something.
I really don't want to say anything else. We probably will. Usually, once we're done with our little review or whatever portion, we get all spoilery. I don't think we want to, because we want you to watch this fucking show. But yeah, I don't know. It's decent.
Yeah.
It's decent.
Yeah. If the show itself, amazing for sure.
Oh yeah.
And the movie at best is an maybe.
I would be interested in getting someone who hadn't seen the show to get their reaction on it, and yet I don't want that, because I want them to just watch the show. Yeah. Because I feel like if you watch the movie first, you're gonna be like, I know what happens. Why would I watch the show? It's like, it's good.
Yeah, that was another point is that I just, if you watch this, it kind of pulls your will to watch the show away. Yeah. And you're losing so much.
Yeah, you get all the big stuff. You get the broad strokes, but you lose the nuance. That's the problem. Yeah. But it's still really good. It's still decent. The show's definitely better, but the movie's fine. It's good.
You got a nice image, but there's no fucking shading in there. Yeah. There's no depth. There's it's just they did what they could and they did a good job. But you should really watch the show. That's all I can say.
Definitely watch Odd Taxi, the show, and then check out the movie afterwards.
Where would you put the movie if we were reviewing it?
If we were reviewing it, I mean, the show's definitely at least a 9. It might be a 9.5. Yeah. I don't know if I go full 10, but it's really up there. I don't think I've ever given a straight up 10 yet.
Yeah, well, your boy has.
Yeah, I know you have. The movie, I'd say 7.5 or 8.
Yeah,
it's still decent.
I would put it low. I would put it in an anime, maybe probably like a high 6 or something.
High 6. Yeah.
I mean, immediately like I couldn't give it any je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
I would have to remove there, and like it sucks because I guess it does lose some of the sound property and stuff of the
a little bit. Yeah.
I could probably make
the mixing's still good and everything.
Yeah,
but
I could probably make it down to a 6. That's just a gut read, you know, like no, you know, and this is a maybe you should watch for sure.
Sure.
If I've ever seen anything that was a maybe, this is it. Yeah. But it's a good maybe.
Yeah.
High end maybe.
For sure. Good stuff.
The show is a definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's not even an anime, most definitely. It's an amazing. Okay. Go watch it.
You know what it is? It's an amazing, my guy.
It's an amazing.
It's really amazing. All right. Are we done with that?
Yeah, man, we're done with it.
Well, so
we're gonna watch there.
We'll get into the rest of our fun stuff we're about to talk about, but quick, this word from our sponsors. Just kidding, we don't have those. Next time though, the challenge has been laid.
The gauntlet has been laid upon the table.
And who's picking it up this time? Why, it's your good buddy Roger. Roger, what am I making you watch?
You are making me watch something that I'm pretty excited to watch. I'm actually kind of, I've been tempted to already start it, but I was like, I don't want to start it too far out from the show, so I didn't yet. It's Akudama Drive.
Yes.
I hear the animation is wild.
It's pretty wild.
The show is fucking wild.
Oh, I
hear there's some characters in here that are fucking insane.
The show's fucking bonkers. I will... yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it. I want you to just go in and watch it. But I will say that there come a few moments where I'm like, man, this is pretty weird. Mostly it's just kick-ass, pretty rad story of criminals / an oppressive government and the rise up against it. But yeah, Akudama Drive is pretty sweet. I want to say that was 2020 that one dropped.
Yeah, somewhere in there. We were doing the podcast for sure.
I think it was 2020 that one dropped. Might have been 21. I'm pretty sure it was 2020. But rad show.
Sip of my water.
One that I was fully ready to ride off when I started watching it, and then it grew on me like a fucking fungus, and I ended up absolutely falling in love with that show.
Yeah, man, you were saying something about a crazy titty lady in there.
There's a crazy titty lady. I called her Boobs McPsycho.
I'm fucking excited for her.
Yeah, it's gonna be some shit. You'll have a fun time with that one. I am actually interested to rewatch it myself because I know when it first dropped, it did a lot of the and I know you'll have some opinions on this, the weird censoring of the violence and whatnot. Like there's, you know, you watch fucking Higurashi and it's like there's just a giant shadow in the middle of the screen.
So annoying,
that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of that when it was airing. Perhaps they have put up, you know, a less sensory version. Usually a little while after they drop, you'll get like, here's the home video version or whatever that has less. But I guess we'll find out. I never did buy that Blu-ray. I really should have. Oh well. But yeah, next time, Akudama Drive. It's gonna be a good time, I think. And with that, Roger, let's move on.
Okay.
There's a question that burns within my very soul, and I must know the answer. What have you been watching?
My guy, I've only watched one anime.
Did you catch up on anything? Try to?
It was Made in Abyss.
Ooh, how far are you caught up?
A
new one dropped yesterday.
Yeah,
we record these on Friday.
I didn't watch the one that dropped yesterday.
You got left on a cliffhanger then.
Yeah. But I saw, everything up to there. I saw Fapta Pin Reg, and that was that episode. It's good, dude.
Yeah, it's back, baby. That's the thing, is like this show, we said before, it's getting harder and harder to recommend. It's so fucking weird and borderline, like, just uncomfortable, like at times uncomfortable to watch, but then maybe they hit you with the fucking Sakugan kicks in and you just go, huh!
Yeah.
The beginning of that episode didn't make me full on cry, but it was very powerful.
Yeah.
With Nanachi. That was good shit.
Yeah. And the MIDI stuff is always hard, dude.
Oh, baby.
It's like
they brought that
they're like, the mood is getting too light in this. Time to drag MIDI back in here.
They brought that weird little thing back just to make me cry. You know what? It worked a little bit. My treasure.
Yeah.
Fuck. I watched a very brief YouTube video. It's like maybe 5 minutes long. That talks about the guy who wrote Made in Abyss and his works before that, and how like he had a job and just straight up dropped out and all this stuff. You seen this? Have you seen anything about it? It's pretty interesting. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. It's good stuff. Shout out to whoever made that episode, that YouTube video. I don't remember who it was, but pretty cool stuff. And they actually have a clip in there that like sounds like it's from an interview or something, where they're showing the scene, the My Treasure scene. And the guy interviewing him says something like, so would it be fair to say like you were having these kind of feelings at this point when you thought you weren't going to be able to keep doing the manga? And he's like, yeah, honestly, it's pretty biographical. Yeah. It's like, damn, good stuff.
Damn, dude. Yeah. Yeah, but that's all I really watched. I have prioritized more wrestling lately because a lot of crazy stuff is going on.
It's like every week a new crazier thing happens than last week.
Not to mention I did fall asleep, like I said, I fell asleep in Odd Taxi that one time too. So that I was out like a light for that night.
I call that pulling a Haley because she sleeps through everything. Not literally everything.
But yeah. And I don't know what else the fuck I've watched. I can't tell you.
Oh yeah?
I just don't fucking
Didn't
know.
catch up on Call of the Night, none of that stuff?
No.
Damn, boy.
I know.
He's falling off. But you've been busy. You've been busy. Yeah. And may I say, sir, happy anniversary.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's my anniversary today. 1 year anniversary. I got married exactly 1 year ago today. September 16th. Actually, we started dating 9 years ago today.
Wow. Yep. It's so fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He's so fucking cute.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I did bring up the idea that maybe for our 10th year or whatever, we'll finally do like a ceremony for getting married or whatever like that.
Yeah, because y'all just went to the courthouse.
Yeah, right? We just went to the courthouse. Well, I mean, it was in the middle of the pandemic too. Yeah. And I was trying to, like we had people like my mom, like I didn't want anything to happen to her, but you know, unfortunately, she's not gonna make it. So
well, there you go. You are an orphan.
I still
do.
Yeah, I am an orphan now. I do have some old people in my family, but years time is enough time for everybody to have their damn shots and all the stuff. And if you want to come, you can come. If you don't, you don't have to. So that's what we're talking about. Maybe in a year's time, doing something like that, and then maybe going on a little trip or something.
Sounds like a good old time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Very.
A lot can happen in a year.
You watch anything else? You get any movies in you? TV shows.
I feel like there had to have been something in there, but it's not coming to me. I mean, a lot of wrestling, dude.
Yeah.
Wrestling has been good recently.
Yeah, it's a hell of a time to be a fan. You watched any of that She-Hulk? I haven't.
No, I canceled my Disney Plus.
There you go. I knew it was coming, man. I keep, every now and then I'll jump on there and check and see if those animes are up. They still haven't. And I looked and I'm like, is this shit ever happening? And apparently summertime render is 2 core, so it's like not all the way finished yet. And I'm like, they're gonna wait till it's all the way finished. They'll probably wait till next year to actually put it on there just to piss me the fuck off.
It's fucking wild, dude. It's fucking wild. Also, a lot of people are gonna be upset if Bleach is, that's what they do to Bleach.
Fucking hell.
Because they're finally doing that final season of Bleach.
Yeah. Who do we know who's getting it?
Disney Plus.
Disney's getting it? God damn. All right, folks, have fun. Good. I mean, I'm glad I'm not a giant Bleach head.
There is some discourse online that maybe that Crunchyroll can still pick it up or something like for here because they haven't announced that they're going to show it. It's not on Disney Plus here. They haven't at least announced that yet. But if it is, and I don't see why it wouldn't be since they already paid for it. Yeah.
Pretty wild.
It's the ultimate cock tease, dude.
Jesus. I'm glad I'm not a giant Bleach fan. I mean, I tried to watch that show, but then I was like, man, this is too many episodes.
Yeah.
I'm good.
We did start watching the last season. I don't know if it's the final season, but the newest season of What We Do in the Shadows.
I never watched that. Haley loves that show.
Yeah.
I really need to finally watch that.
I like it too. It does make me laugh.
I mean, I love that kind of humor, and I'll see clips of it and be like, man, this looks really funny, but I just haven't watched it.
I've had more than a couple of people tell me that I look like Nandor, the main character. I do not see it. I do not understand.
Is that the one that I saw a clip where he like puts a cone on his head? He's like, we drank some people's blood and they were on drugs and now I'm a wizard.
Yeah.
That's him.
That's Nandor. He's the main one. Yeah.
See, that's the thing is like when I could see.
I think it's just because I have long hair and a beard.
If your hair was black, I could see it.
Yeah,
but it's not. You got like this, country boy brown going on.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's weird. I don't know why. I do not know why.
I do not know why.
How my boy Everjo?
How my boy you?
I did watch the Nintendo Direct.
Oh yeah,
and the State of Play.
How about all them farming games, baby?
Dude, that Direct was miserable. It started off great and ended awesome, and then there's a whole middle section of where every game looked exactly the same.
It was lot of similar shit.
And who cares about that?
Hey, those games aren't bad. You know, they make Ubisoft the most money out of anything they put out, which is crazy. I have not played one in a very long time.
Yeah,
since the original Wii.
There is one of the farming sim-esque games, the Harvestella or whatever, the Square Enix one.
Oh, okay.
Because it does have like traditional combat and stuff in it, so that might be fun.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bayonetta 3 did look sick.
He's like Pikmin 4. We don't have any footage. Oh
yeah.
Check out my T-shirt though. Oh
yeah. Well, what about this mobile game? What about Pikmin Go?
I downloaded that just to make a silly meme, and then I never did make it, and I uninstalled that game, and I still get emails from it. Because I saw a thing that when you make your character, the Pikmin pop up, and they're like, they're ready to walk with your name, and I was like, let me make a character that looks like Elias so I can make a joke, and then I never did.
You didn't do it, dude.
I didn't do it. I got bored. I was like, I don't want to have to actually click through all this legal shit. No, fuck this. I'm not signing into my Nintendo account.
Yeah. The State of Play was pretty good, though. There's a game in there called Stellar Blade that looks fucking awesome.
Sure, why not?
It looks like a cross between a Souls game and Bayonetta.
I saw a few clips from it, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely more, what I would expect from a gaming show rather than Nintendo stuff, which is very
Tokyo Game Show is going on right now.
Yeah,
I know that I haven't seen any of it, but they showed a lot more Street Fighter 6, which I'm pretty excited about. I think that game looks great.
I just can't do fighting games.
It's okay, buddy.
I like fighting games. I like fighting games. I just don't have anyone to play them with. That's the thing.
I'll play online.
I don't like playing online. I want to be able to sit next to you and talk that shit.
Oh yeah, dude. You just put the headphone on.
That fucking Dengeki Bunko, whatever it was.
That game is great.
Motherfucker get dunked on. Shit.
I love some of my favorite nights of gaming were with Dragon Ball Fighters. Me and Corey and Silent Dill. We would be up all night, fucking howling, playing that fucking game because two people can be playing and the other person is essentially in the bleachers watching the match or whatever. But half the time we're just making fun of our good buddy Slim. Yeah, dude. And we would have tears. Like you could hear the tears dripping onto the microphone. We're laughing so hard over stupid stories like the time that Dylan actually accidentally kicked ashes into his can of beans.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yeah. I shouldn't talk about Slim like that. I don't know.
He at least had a phase or whatever. And they had a campfire outside of Dylan's house. And then the only thing that he could find in the house that he could eat was this fucking can of beans.
Ranch style?
So, I don't know. But he opened up the can of beans and was cooking it on the campfire.
Hell yeah.
And Dylan didn't know what was happening. So Dylan was like scooting the shit around with his foot. The ashes and just loaded ashes into his can of beans.
What the fuck? And then he just went hungry.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got a can of corn in here. Shit.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Oh god. But you get into the wee hours of the morning or whatever you're playing, everything becomes extra funny.
Yes. It's like you're not high, but you're tired, which is close enough sometimes.
Yeah. Or, like me picking out a random character and Dylan raging over it, how busted this character is or something. It's fucking hilarious every time, dude. So I definitely, we can still have fun online, dude. I promise. I promise. If you ever got one of those fighting games you wanted to play online, if you ever got one, we could play online, and I promise you it'd be fun. I guess.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I don't want to spend money right now.
Yeah, I got you, dude. 10-4. I mean, you still got a while before that comes out, though. So.
Yeah.
But yep. That's pretty much it for me. I talked about the YouTube stuff. I don't know what else. I can't tell you. Me and Corey have been writing some music.
Hell yeah. Getting the band back together.
Yeah, man. We're doing some Schoolboy stuff.
Hell yeah, dude.
But that's about it, dude. It feels like it has been really busy. Everything's kind of been busy since Mom died, though. So
yeah, of course.
It's just been weird. I don't know whenever it'll stop being weird, but eventually it's got to, right?
Got to.
My good buddy Brandon, what have you been watching?
Oh, stuff. Mostly the same stuff. Already talked about Made in Abyss. I am caught up on Call of the Night. I'm getting a little nervous about Call of the Night. I still like this show. I find it enjoyable, but they introduced like a load of characters, and I was like, well, these characters might not even come back. They did a couple episodes that were kind of like about some of those characters, and I was like, well, that's all right. So like I'm looking at how many episodes are left, and I'm like, well, if they do like one for each of them and then like wrap up the story, I guess. But they did like 2 of them out of like the 4 characters they introduce, and then
how many episodes is it gonna be?
So there's, according, like looking at High Dive, I believe there's 2 left after this most recent one, and this most recent one introduced another new character, who seems like they're gonna have, I don't know if they're gonna be like a huge part of it, but they definitely like drop some fucking bombs in this episode.
Yeah, dude, I definitely gotta catch up on this show.
Yeah, there's 2 left after this 11th episode on High Dive anyway. So
no, is there any chance of, I don't know how High Dive works anymore, if there's a chance of a second core or not?
Don't know, because like so what they do is like they actually show you like coming soon for the next episode, so you can see how long it's gonna be. I don't know if there's gonna be more after that, if it's like a first part, second part thing like Birdie Wing did, or if it's gonna be a separate core, like just keep going. Yeah. But I'm a little nervous because I'm not 100,000% sure they're gonna be able to tie it up, But if it just ends up being like, cliffhanger next season maybe, then hey, I've been through worse cliffhangers than maybe next season. Yeah, so I guess we'll find out.
We never did get to see that play.
Never did see that fucking play. Man, I did like Bloom Into You, though. That's a good show. I bought the fucking special edition.
It's cute.
Your special edition, where's it at? It's in here somewhere.
It's looking at you, dude.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, your special edition, Domestic Girlfriend, came with a bunch of saucy pictures. Mine, my Bloom Into You special edition, came with a cheesecake recipe. Someday I'm going to make it. Someday.
It would have been cool if they would have threw in some spicy pictures, though.
I don't need that. Come on. This is a different kind of show.
Hey, man, don't ever turn down good content, okay?
Anyway, also been watching stuff on Crunchyroll. So those are the High Dive shows, Made in Abyss and Call of the Night. Crunchyroll, still watching Shadow's House. Man, stuff's happening, still happening. It's a fun show, watching it with the girl. New episode actually dropped today, which I guess we'll have to watch that maybe tomorrow. We usually catch up on Wednesday, Thursday when we're both off on Thursday. Still watching Smile of the Ars Notoria, the animation.
Has a big fight came yet?
Nope. We're up to, there's like 1 episode left, so get to it, or, shit or get off the pot. I'm really glad that I made the decision to not watch the entire episodes, and I'm just kind of skimming through them. Because holy shit, like it's still nothing's happening. It keeps like, so it seems like we're getting close to something if something's gonna happen, because the knights are like mobilizing and moving out, and seems like they're planning on a big attack somewhere. We'll see if it ends up being like where these girls are or something. And I'm like, part of me is like, is it gonna be like the big twist thing where it turns out like they're at the magic school, but the teachers are evil and they kidnapped them, and this guy, the knight, is like her big bro or her dad or something coming to save her, some shit. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out, or maybe I won't, because nothing will happen. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna
I'll tell you.
Look, man, I tell you what, if this thing does end up being a big fat nothing burger, then I'm gonna you can look forward to me making up some kind of category on our end of the year show where I can talk shit on the show. Because it will happen. What else? Parallel World Pharmacy is the only isekai I'm still watching. It's fine. They're having an episode where the Black Death showed up, so he's trying to fix the Black Death. Cool. Catch it quick enough, then you can do stuff.
Black Death, is that the bubonic plague?
So it's the yes.
Or was Black Plague or Black Death?
It's the bubonic plague, but it's like technically there's like the bubonic plague, and then there's like different versions of the plague that are all from the same bacteria or some shit. So they're all the plague. I don't know, man. I'm not reading the Wikipedia. Liger's Recoil. Man, this last episode was pretty bonkers. They're having like the big climax. Shit's happening. is pretty bonkers. And I don't really want to talk about it because I would like everyone to just watch it, but I know all y'all probably won't. That's fine. It's a fun show. Still watching a couple of Cuckoos for some reason. I was really watching this last one like, why am I still watching? Oh, here's one for you. So, well, are you going to watch a couple of Cuckoos?
No, probably not.
Okay. So like I told you before, there was a whole thing.
We got a really big season coming up next season.
There's a whole thing where like the dad had a picture that appeared to be like him, his wife, their daughter who like was swapped to them accidentally, and him. So I was like, whoa, what is this? How'd that happen? But then like they do a big old fake out, which was kind of fun, where basically homegirl tells him, like, shows him the photo, and he's like, wait, what is this? That's us as little kids. Why don't I remember this? And then he like has this flashback where like it shows the two of them as kids, and it's like, you know, oh, I can't believe I forgot. And she's like, yeah, we're engaged after all. They like pinky promise. He's like, that's right, that did happen. And she's like, she slaps, like, no, it didn't, you idiot. That's my brother. Yeah, I mean, your brother, I guess. So it like turns out they had another kid before him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun little fake out there, but also now the show's just wildly different with like 2 episodes left, and I'm like, I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to do this either, because he's like, we gotta find this brother, and like the dad keeps saying, I don't have another son, blah blah blah. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. Yuri Deco's pretty good. Still hurts my eyes, but you know what? It's pretty cool. And I mean, you're not watching it, so what am I gonna talk about?
I wish it would get a dub.
I wish you had more time. But yeah, that's all the animes I've been watching. Pretty good stuff. There's decent stuff. Yuri Deco's pretty good. I don't have a ton to say about it, honestly. It's just a pretty good show. And if you can deal with that bright and shiny art style, then you're in for a good time if you can stick around with it, honestly. I think it's good. But like, yeah, we got like 1, maybe 2 of those left. I think it says episode 11, so I would assume it's going to go 12, maybe it'll go 13. We'll see. I can't imagine it's getting too coolers because they're pretty close to like the end now. But yeah, interesting stuff. We'll see if it sticks the landing. From what little I've read about the creator of Yuri Deco and some of their other works, they don't always stick the landing, so I guess we'll find out. Otherwise, you know, I'm playing some video games and stuff. Man, I made the mistake of getting Civilization 6 and all the DLC on my PlayStation. That's just all I've been doing. You ever play Civilization?
No.
I like those Civ games. Me and your boy Zabrowski got that in common. Love us some Civ. Oh, you know, here's what I watched last night. You know, Haley's been wanting to watch it for a while. She's like, do I get the DVD? Oh, we should go see it in the theater when it was in theaters. And I was like, I really don't want to see that. But you know what? It popped up on fucking HBO. So we watched that Elvis movie.
Oh, God.
It's not bad. Here's the thing.
I would never watch it in a million years. I just don't care about Elvis.
It's not bad, honestly. Tom Hanks, the whole thing's narrated.
I asked if he died on the toilet, and they said no. I was like, this movie is not true.
Yeah, well, they don't show you how he died. He has a heart attack.
I want to see his ass on the toilet. I want to see shit shot across the bathroom.
That's fucking macabre, sir. And gross. Anyway, the whole thing's narrated by Tom Hanks. You know, he was the manager or whatever, this weird German guy who calls himself Colonel whatever. The guy who plays Elvis is really good. Austin Butler, he looks a lot like him, and I just enjoyed his performance, honestly. The thing about it is it's just actually so fucking unhinged. like you look at that, you might look at that and think biopic. It is kinda, but it's also fucking insane. Cause like it literally starts with like dude being rushed to the hospital in 97, his manager guy played by Tom Hanks, and like as the fucking ambulance is zipping through the streets of Las Vegas, like the camera's zooming around like it's goddamn Transformers, like showing all these different signs, like flying back to the fucking ambulance and shit. I'm like, what is happening? And like, did you ever see why am I asking? I know you didn't. The most recent Great Gatsby movie with fucking
nope, I didn't.
So they do a thing in there where it's like it's like set in like the 20s or whatever, you know, the roaring 20s, but they use modern music and shit, like Beyonce and fucking Jay-Z have a track on that soundtrack, you know, kind of as a way to be like, you know, here's, I guess, the nearest version of what they would be listening to. I don't know. They do that shit in here. Like, it's fucking Elvis, but then, like, you hear a version, like, I think, what is it? It's fucking Eminem's on the in credits. Like, Jesus, what is this? Like, it's so disjointed. It's so weird. Like, the weird shit that happens. My favorite bit was right at the beginning, because you know the thing about Elvis, speaking of Eminem, as Eminem says, he's not the first king of controversy. He is the worst thing since Elvis Presley to use black music so selfishly and use it to make himself wealthy. Okay. So that was the whole thing. You know, Elvis took the, you know, black music at the time, combined it with country a little bit, and made it big, right? So they're sitting there, fucking manager dude is managing this other country artist, something Snow, I can't remember his name, and they are sitting there with the band, you know, getting ready for a show or something, and someone's in the truck list to the radio, and they're playing Elvis. It's not before he's Elvis Presley, he's Elvis in the whatever his band was, and there's these fucking I'm gonna have some fun here. They're sitting there listening to this, and the fucking dude sitting there picking his guitar and his list is like, this is the artist, the country guy says, I hear Negro rhythms. And they're like, Tom Hanks is like, yes, well, they never put a colored boy like that on the radio proper record label, whatever he says. And then it shows like the guy who's playing it, and he's like, well, see, that's the thing. And it's like a younger dude with his little cowboy hat on. They actually like do a zoom in on him, like, and he goes, he's white. He's white? Like, I can't believe it. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It's so fucking goofy. But yeah, movie was fun, honestly. I was entertained. I don't know if it's like I don't think it's a good biopic, because they do a lot of shit where like,
yeah, he didn't die on the toilet.
Shut up. They do a lot. Sorry, I didn't mean to tell you to shut up. They do a lot of stuff where like, you know, they make it out like the colonel, the dude who was manager, is the bad guy, and he is the bad guy. Like, he was all about, you know, getting dudes money. But also, they kind of make it out like Elvis was just such a good boy. It's like, yeah, he's having fun with his friends, and this guy steals his money. It's like, no, he's having fun with his friends because he's blowing all his money on his goofy ass friends running around in these goddamn go-karts for no reason. You didn't need to buy that many cars, my guy. Like, that kind of shit. They kind of gloss over that and whatnot. So it's fun. It's definitely entertaining. I don't know if it's not a great representation of Elvis, but it's very entertaining. So there you go.
Do they do Fat Elvis at least?
Fat Elvis shows up right at the end, yes. Nice. And dude, they honestly, I thought it was pretty good because, okay, spoiler, skip ahead if you don't want to hear how Elvis movie ends. Basically, they have these pretty dramatic scenes toward the end where like he tells off the manager and stuff, and then he ends up like just having to side back with him because, you know, he's gonna try to extort all this other money from him and sue him and all this shit. So he end up just having to work with the guy. You know, wife leaves him. He has a moment where he's getting on a plane and she's like, you know, he's the doctor shooting him up full of these drugs and stuff, and you know the doctor works for the guy. He's like, the freaking manager's the one who's having the doctor hit him with all the drug stuff. He's passing out and he's just like, get him on the stage, that's the only thing that matters, like that kind of shit. So the whole thing's voiced over by Tom Hanks as his manager, and he says something like, I actually had the chance to watch him, to see him perform a few days before he actually died or something. And you see him on stage, and you do see Austin Butler like with the Fat Elvis like makeup on, and he looks like Fat Elvis. And it does a really great thing where like he's sitting there playing, starts singing, and he still has that powerful ass voice, and they, without ever like doing the real Elvis moment, they just have him sitting there playing, and then they like cut to something else and they cut back and it's just footage of that concert, and he looks exactly like him. It was really well done, I thought.
Cool.
So you do see like real ass Elvis right at the end there. I think it's good. I know you'll probably never watch it, but
God, no.
It's very entertaining. You know, watch the first 10 minutes right until he says, he's white? It's so fucking, it's bonkers.
Yeah, man.
It's bonkers.
These movies just aren't Elvis isn't really my style of music.
Yeah.
But yeah, movies like this aren't really my style of movies either.
I know.
Like, I'm not about to watch that Weird Al one coming up. I ain't watching that. Well,
that one's gonna be fucking goofy and unhinged
I don't like Weird Al very much. So
I know. You know who is gonna see it? Your homie from work.
He's like, I just don't know about. Who's the guy playing?
Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
Like, I don't know about if he's a good casting or not. Like,
why does he always sound like Droopy Dog when you do it?
I don't know. That's because that's what he sounds like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why he wouldn't be a good casting. He looks and.
I mean, would you put a mustache on almost anybody?
Yeah.
You give almost anyone that long ass fucking curly hairy head and a goofy mustache, and yeah, that's Weird Al, all right.
I don't know if people have a problem with Daniel Radcliffe or anything, or like maybe there's something there that he doesn't like. Maybe he'd be like, well, Daniel Radcliffe is kind of woke.
Oh, Jesus.
maybe that's the issue. I don't fucking know.
I can't be dealing with this.
Dude, I have to deal with it every fucking day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, that's the thing. I'm not huge on, like, the biographical pictures. Biopic, if you're one of those. I liked Ray. I watched fucking, technically I'm actually in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I told you about this. But Bohemian Rhapsody's fine.
How are you in it?
Oh, you did? I didn't tell you about this, bro?
No.
So, I believe it's a Fox picture or whoever it is that put it on. They had a contest, whatever. They had a thing where you could go on their website and record yourself on your phone singing the opening bits of Bohemian Rhapsody. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head. And what they did is they took so many hundreds of those recordings, mixed them together, sent out an email, say, hey, you made it into the movie, and that's the crowd singing along at Live Aid.
Oh, okay.
So I am technically in that movie. I didn't get my fucking Oscar.
Yeah. Did you listen? Like, there I was. I heard me.
I heard me. I put in the little tremolo right there.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that? Woo! That's me. That's me, baby.
That was me, baby.
No, come on. But yeah, I like movies like that are fine. What I like is weird shit, and this Elvis movie is not as weird as like Cats. Baby, Cats is weird. Yeah, I bought the Blu-ray for Cats, but it's about as close as you can get and still be a biopic. So I thought it was fun.
I see. All right, man. Well,
it's a weird fucking thing. Roger, we have a tiny bit of anime news. That's right, here at the Anime News Desk. I almost said network, but that's a real thing. We can't be the Anime News Network. That's a real website. At the Anime News Desk, this just came across my fucking YouTube the other day. Algorithm knows what I like. So like, I think 3 or 4 days after we recorded last, they dropped a teaser thingy for Ancient Magus Bride Season 2. Baby, it's a coming.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I think April of next year is when it's supposed to drop. So nice. Spring. That'll be fun. Looking forward to it. I'm really glad that you challenged me to watch that show and that now I can be excited about this. So because you know what would have happened is you would have been like, oh shit, Season 2 Ancient Magus Bride, we got to do a review of the first season. I'm like, fuck, and then I got to slam through it anyway. Yeah, so I'm glad we got that out of the way, baby.
Knocked it out of the way.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. It's that's good. That is gonna be exciting. Also, this happened a couple months ago, but we missed it. But I told you earlier. But in case you didn't know, Uzumaki got pushed back. Sad day. I did want to watch that for the Halloweens,
Yeah, we got to
like,
figure out what we're doing for Halloween.
I know,
shit.
dude. Our layup is gone.
Damn it, that was gonna be an easy fucking in, man.
Well, for sure we can talk in October. We can talk about Made in Abyss.
Again, we already did a Made in Abyss for Halloween episode.
Yeah, that
was the movie.
Yeah, but we didn't do the new season. And we've talked about every other iteration.
We never talked about Maruko-chan. You want to do Maruko-chan?
Oh, Yeah, we did not.
Maybe.
That's a good spooky
That's a
one.
maybe. That's a maybe.
Yeah.
Short list, Maruko-chan.
Yeah. I definitely still think that we should talk about Made in Abyss at some point.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about all the other ones.
Will,
so.
Yeah.
Maybe
got to.
Yeah, maybe we'll even bring a review back for it. Who knows?
Oh, shit.
Maybe we'll just talk about it, though, because I kind of just like talking about it.
Yeah, it's fun.
It feels a little more natural.
We don't gotta put all stuff.
You know?
Yeah, we ain't got to get all gussied up for it. Unless.
You gotta see this turd up, you know?
Jesus. Throw some glitter on the side of that turd you got there. Other anime news. Did we already talk about... I think we talked about it before we actually started recording. Fucking Disney still hasn't put up those goddamn...
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, yeah. I canceled it. We talked about it in the show at some point.
Yeah, you canceled your Disney? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we did a second ago.
Shit. Yeah.
I mean, someday. They won't put those bitches up till next year, too, and it'll just piss me off.
I'll just stream it some other way.
Oh, ho, ho.
I could stream it right now some other way, but I didn't do that, so...
Haha.
You know, maybe I'll just buy the DVDs or the Blu-ray when it comes out.
Maybe.
Could also do that.
Could do that. Could do a lot of stuff.
Yep. Next week, guys and gals, Akadama Drive.
My boy's yawning.
Woo-wee.
My boy's
I am
yawning.
fucking yoked, man. I am
Sweet
alive
baby.
right now.
Hell yeah, boy. Well, I'm glad you're alive right now.
Feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.
All right, well, let's get the fuck on out of here then. Thank you so much for
listening.
listening.
Had a big day today. It was a big day.
You did. Happy anniversary again.
Thanks, man. I went to work before that.
Yeah.
Then I went to anniversary. Then we came to record. It's been
And
a big
you
day.
got some cookies.
Yeah, man. We went to that Crumble.
Crumble, they got good cookies.
Yeah, they're okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, man.
A little expensive.
Good, though.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got the one called a moon cake.
Mm.
It tastes like one of the big. I like the golden Oreos. It tastes like the golden Oreo.
Okay.
A big golden Oreo.
Yeah, I like a classic chocolate chip.
Yeah,
personally.
I got a chocolate chip.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I got one from there when we got them from there, and I don't remember what it was, but that bitch was piled so high with frosting and other bullshit that it was difficult to eat.
Yeah. The first time we went, I got an oatmeal. Their oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
Now that shit was good.
I'm not a big oatmeal guy.
I love oatmeal cookies. Just don't you go putting the fucking devil's dingleberries in there.
You talking about raisins?
Yeah.
Put all my raisins. What is that on there? Who would put the doohickey of a rabbit onto a cookie?
Yeah. That's so accurate, dude.
So dumb. I can do an oatmeal. I just don't seek it out. Now an oatmeal chocolate chip. I mean, I'll do anything with chocolate chip.
Yeah. You put chocolate chip in it. Now we're fucking talking.
I'm in,
their,
baby.
Their oatmeal they were
bitch,
good,
I'm
dude.
in.
It was like, it was nice and hot and gooey.
Do you like a white chocolate macadamia?
Yeah, of course I do.
Oh, baby.
Has it got a raisin in it?
I'm not a
if
big...
the answer is no, it doesn't have raisins, then yeah, I'll probably eat that cookie.
Do you just hate raisins, or is it raisins in cookies?
I fucking hate them, dude.
Oh, I can eat raisins.
The raisins are the kind of thing that give you trust issues, you know?
What about grapes? You eat
Somebody
grapes?
lay out a plate of cookies like, chocolate chip cookies. Oh, these are fucking raisin cookies.
What about grapes? You like grapes?
Nope.
Damn.
But I do like grape juice.
Okay. See, I don't fuck with grape flavor stuff. But
I prefer the white grape juice over the purple.
See, I'm not a huge grape guy. I never ate grape flavored anything or drank grape flavored anything. But I
love grape flavored Powerade and Gatorade.
I'm now what I do fuck with grape jelly on my peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, of course, dude.
And I always used to be I was a strictly strawberry preserves man.
Nope.
Yeah, but then
not today, Satan.
You know what broke me of that? Is I was making a sandwich. I was making a peanut butter sandwich, putting on my strawberry preserves, and I finished it. I stood there in the kitchen. I took a big bite of it, got me a big chunk of strawberry, so I crunched through that bitch. I was like, delicious. Then I looked down, and I saw someone had stomped a roach, and there was half of a roach in front of me. And my brain said, half roach, roach in mouth. You just ate roach out of sandwich. And I was like, that's not what happened, but it did break me of them forever. It did break me of strawberry preserves forever.
Ew. You know what's good, dude? You might try plum jelly if you never have.
Plum jelly?
Yeah, man. See if you can find that red plum.
Is it plum good?
Oh, it's plum good, dude. It's my classic jelly as a child. Like my grandmother liked it, so we always had it.
See, I was a kid. I used to do peach preserves. Then I moved to strawberry. Now I can't fuck with it. You just don't like preserves, is what I'm hearing.
I don't like peaches or strawberries either.
What's wrong with you, boy? What kind of vegetarian?
I'm a vegetarian. That's the joke about me, dude. Is that I'm a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian. He's not ovo-lactic. He will eat cheese.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian that doesn't like any fruit or vegetables.
Yeah,
that's the joke about me.
But he'll eat all the bread and cheese you got.
You bet your sweet ass. But I do like some fruit and veggies, and I have been eating more.
Aww.
My wife has been making me lunches, so I've been getting more green things in there. I do love me a nice apple, maybe like a nice Macintosh, maybe
I like a pink lady
or a gala apple, tart. You know.
Ooh, a gala. I can do a gala.
Yeah, especially if you put that little caramel dip in there.
Ooh. like a real child. Gotta have my apples with my caramels.
Yeah, she put a little dip in there, dude.
I ain't talking shit. That used to be my fucking go-to. Slice it up, have some peanut butter on the side. Oh baby,
dude, I'm telling you, if you go, it's just like these little dip canisters of caramel. You should just try it.
It's too sweet.
Do you like your apple cold or just room temperature?
I mean, I don't put them in the fridge or nothing.
I prefer them cold.
Yeah,
I don't like anything room.
You put
temperature.
them in the fridge?
Yep. I like mine refrigerated.
I mean, I guess that, I bet it's good, but
it's crispy and the juice comes out. It's next level. It's like watermelon. I won't eat watermelon if it's not cold. That's how I'm with a lot of things, though.
The serving size of watermelon is 1/2 of a watermelon.
That's a lot of fucking watermelon, my guy.
I fucking saw. All right, we were gonna close it out, but I gotta tell another story. So I saw a fucking video of an old man on YouTube. I could probably find it if you give me a second to look, who's explaining here's the proper way to eat a watermelon. And I watched this video, and me and my buddy Juice was like, we got to try this shit. So we got a watermelon. This man says the serving size of a watermelon is 1/2 of watermelon. You cut that bitch in half, you got 2 servings, one for you, one for your buddy. So we did that. He says, no, you want to, people will slice it up and eat it with their hands. That's fine, whatever. People slice it up and use a fork. No, you're missing all the juice, baby. You got to use a spoon. So you take the spoon and you dig 4 holes into the watermelon. You connect those holes into a series of tunnels inside that watermelon. And then into that watermelon, into those holes, you put peanut butter and marshmallows and you go at it. And you know what? He's fucking right. It's delicious.
I wouldn't try it.
You're missing out, baby.
But I can't have marshmallows anyway. So
no marshmallows. But you've had like a sweet something with the peanut butter. I mean, peanut butter jelly is a sweet something. Peanut butter. It works. Especially with the watermelon juice, kind of keeps that peanut butter from being too sticky. It is delicious, sweet and savory. I was ready to say this old man's a crazy person, but you know what? He's fucking right.
I like cold ass watermelon though, dude. My mom loves to put salt on it.
That's how my mom does. My mom will do salt, pepper, and hot sauce. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And yet, I haven't tried it, so I can't judge.
That's true.
The one, I saw her do this one time, and I was like, that can't be good. And then I tried it, and I can't eat it any other way now. Grilled cheese, put some jelly on it. He's looking at me crazy.
I mean,
you a grilled cheese.
I can kind of see it.
It's basically toast. You just got that savory cheese in there now.
Yeah.
You spread your little jelly on that grilled cheese. It'll blow your mind.
So grilled cheese also, I love it with tomato soup.
Okay.
And tomato soup's kind of sweet, so
bit.
It pairs pretty well together. But also, like if I have eggs and biscuits and some other side in the morning, I always have a big dollop of jelly in there.
Yes.
And that jelly gets all over everything.
It does.
And I don't care.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you, man. Next time you want to grill your cheese.
If you think I ain't mixing my eggs in that jelly, you're wrong.
It's all huevos rancheros for me, baby. It's just this one's sweet. I'm telling you, man. Make your grilled cheese, slice that bitch in half, 2 triangles, spread them a little bit on the plate, and put your dollop of jelly in the middle and just scoop a little bit up with the blade. Ooh,
that's that pregnancy food for sure, but
maybe.
That does sound. I mean, I could give it the college try. I don't think that's too weird.
I'm telling you, man, it's good. Anyway, we need to actually get out of here now because we were gonna, and then we just talked about food for a while. So, thank you so much for listening. If you want to
send us in your weird recipes. What weird shit do you like?
I would love to hear more people's weird little ideas about what's good with what. Mine mostly involve peanut butter and jelly. I'll be honest, because I'm a child, if nothing else. But yes, tell us what you're into. You out here putting hot sauce on your watermelon? I want to know about it. Then there's a number of ways you can hit us up and let us know. The easiest one is, of course, in the comments on the YouTube video where you may be listening to this right now. Rapid Kick Media on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. Click that bell so we can see notifications, all the good stuff. The stuff you're supposed to say on YouTube. Ta-da. Also, you may be listening to the actual podcast portion of the show. If you are, by all means, wherever you are, leave us a rating and some comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. And that's how we, gets us a little more views and whatnot, recommendations to other people. Yep. That's how you spread the word, comment, and rate us. We'd love to hear it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you are. Thank you so much. On the spoofy. Fucking spoofy. On the spoofy. Beyond that, of course, we do have the social medias that we mostly don't use, honestly. The Twitter, the Facebook, etc., etc., etc.
I just hate them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I still got the Twitter. I'm on there every now and then, but
I'm not going to delete
little.
our Twitter. If
it's good to have.
I would delete my Facebook already if I didn't have to use it for work so much.
I pretty much only have Facebook so I can look up when people's birthdays are.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I was very busy yesterday. And texted him today to tell him happy birthday. And I would like to give a special shout out to my good buddy Christian. Happy birthday, big
Damn it, dude. He doesn't have a Facebook.
Yeah, he keeps his shit logged.
I wish you would have put it in the group chat.
I only know because it's on my fucking calendar.
You should put that shit in the group chat, man.
I should have. And yet I was like, no. I already missed it. I just sent it like, hey, bud. Sorry, I missed your birthday. Just want to say happy birthday.
I'm just gonna text him right now.
Send him a little kiss emoji. Text right now. Okay. But yes, hit us up anywhere on our social medias. We may or may not see them, and if we do, we'll definitely give you a shout out or at least say hey back. Of course, we also have the Discord. That's where we usually spend our time. If you tag us on there with whatever it is, new mangas, cool collectibles, whatever you got, there's different channels, and you can hit us up. Links are in the description. Thank you so much for listening. Do want to give a shout out to our musicians. Thank you, Married with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes, for the use of our opening theme song, Paperdoll. They're on Spotify as well as a number of other music apps, but you can only find that track on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. Good stuff. Thank you to Haas for the closing theme on the YouTube version of the show. That one's called the Buddy's Good. That is Haas. Thomastastesbetter, all one word, on Instagram, and DUNGEONWITCH on YouTube. One more shout out for Haas. That's Thomastastesbetter on Instagram, and DUNGEONWITCH on YouTube. And finally, a shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft. Pretty good. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. That is how it's pronounced. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Petty Theft. Thank you so much, Petty Theft, for the closing theme on the podcast. One more time, that's Petty Theft. You can find Petty Theft on Twitter and on SoundCloud at Petty Theft. And that about does it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for listening. We do love you guys and would love to hear from you, so please hit us up. And we'll see you next time when we talk about Akudama Drive. Roger, do you have one to take us out?
I don't, dude.
All right, well.
You got something?
Yeah, I'll just fuck one up real quick. Thank you so much for listening. And from all of us here at the Good Buddies Anime Universe, I am your good buddy Brandon.
I am your good buddy Roger.
Happy birthday, Christian.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Love ya.
I sent him a text. It had my new favorite GIF on it.
You fucker.